I'm Debbie Arrington for the Sacramento Bee, and today we're going to learn how to make preserved lemons. Preserved lemons are one way that you can use a lot of lemons at once. And that's something a lot of people have this time of year, especially if they have a lemon tree. This quart jar uses 10 Meyer lemons, so that's a great way to use them up. All you need are lemons, salt, clean jar and lid, a sharp knife, and then some pickling spices: cinnamon, cloves, coriander seed, bay leaves, and peppercorns. And which ones you use is up to you. You can use just about any kind of lemon for this project, but Meyer lemons are ideal. Meyer lemons actually are a cross between lemon and probably a mandarin or some other sort of orange. They're a little bit different than traditional lemon. This is a Eureka lemon, and you can tell it has that rough exterior and a very pronounced pointy end, while the Meyer lemons have more of an orange-like look to them, a little bit almost orange color in their skin, and much smoother skin, and the pointy end is a lot less pointy. One reason Meyers are ideal for preserved lemons is because the final product that you're going to use is actually the skin. And this is a very soft, smooth skin with very little white, bitter pith. So it comes out tasting much better, and it's also prettier. First, you need to wash your lemons. Put some water in the sink. Just let them in there soak for a little bit. That also helps soften the skin. And when you're washing them, scrub the skin lightly, remove any dirt, and pull off the little green end here. Just kind of twist it off, because you don't want those little green ends there in your final. Next, we need to cut the lemons. And basically, we're going to be making lemon flowers with 4 petals. Start at the pointy end with a sharp knife and slice through, not quite all the way. Keep it connected about a 1/2 inch at the bottom. Then turn it a quarter turn. Do it again. You end up with like a little lemon flower, 4/4 of the lemon, but held together at the end. That way, when they're back in the jar, it forms like a whole lemon. We have a sterilized jar. This jar actually is a little bit under a quart, but it's a nice mason jar. And we put 1 tablespoon of non-iodized salt into the bottom of the jar. A little extra there. You want non-iodized salt because iodine causes the fruit to discolor. So you can get table salt that's non-iodized, or you could go for sea salt or kosher salt or some other fancy coarse salts. Stop. Okay, with your lemon flower here, we put salt inside the lemon, so it basically is sprinkled on the flesh there, and you can do that with the coarse salt, or you could just sprinkle some on. Just a little there. The idea is to pack salt into the middle and then reform the lemon like that. Then you drop it into your jar. Use a wooden spoon to squish the lemons down in the jar to make room for more lemons, and also to release some juice, because the juice is what helps preserve it. Also, when you have about half the lemons in the jar, take 1 cinnamon stick, 1 bay leaf, about 3 or 4 cloves, a few coriander seeds, about 6 to 8, and about 4 or 5 peppercorns, and drop them in too. Once you have your lemons squished into the jar, you'll probably need a little bit more lemon juice to top it off. So have a couple of extra lemons. Squeeze out the juice and go ahead and top it off. Seeds are okay. You want to leave about a 1/2 inch head space at the top. And once you get it to the top, then add one more tablespoon of salt. You're going to end up with about a 1/4 cup of salt per jar. And all that's in there is lemons, lemon juice, salt, and the herbs and spices that we used. Check it to see that there's no big air pockets, that everything has gotten covered with lemon juice, because the lemon juice is what's used as preservative. Then we seal it. Just hand tighten it. Then turn it upside down to distribute the salt. Shake it around. Just a little bit, not too hard. And that's it. You may need to add a little bit more fresh lemon juice if you notice that there's any big air pockets emerge. But other than that, there's not too much to it. Now, this takes about 30 days to ripen. You can leave it just out at room temperature on the counter, but every day while it's ripening, you need to turn it upside down and then back again to redistribute that salt and to make sure everybody stays covered with lemon juice. If you notice that you need a little bit more lemon juice, you can open up the jar and add a little bit more lemon juice to it. But don't add any water or bottled lemon juice. You need to use fresh, because that's the acidity of the lemon juice works with the salt to preserve the lemons.